What if I told you the real reason you can't stick to things, always procrastinate, and find it so hard to make changes? Isn't because your willpower isn't strong enough. It's because you're too honest. Yeah, you heard me. Too honest with your brain. You're always trying to persuade it with reason, with logic, with these grand long-term plans. But here's the kicker. Its core operating system. Well, let's just say its last update was probably 10,000 years ago. I mean, imagine you're holding the latest iPhone, right? But you're trying to run an app that only works on, like, the Symbian system, the one they ditched 14 years ago. That's what we're doing. Our modern lives, our goals, our dreams, they're that shiny new smartphone. And our brain? Its underlying code? Still that ancient system, built for one thing, survival on the perilous ancient plains. In that ancient era of hand-to-mouth existence where your life could be snuffed out at any moment, the brain's primary mission was to keep you alive. So this old system naturally only recognizes things that best ensure survival and offer immediate benefits. It cares about only three things: conserving energy, avoiding danger, and seeking instant gratification. That's it. Anything that requires a lot of energy is uncertain or has a long payback period, it sees as dangerous. It instinctively wants to avoid it. For example, when you think, I'm going to start working out and get healthy, your brain's instinct is, whoa, you're actually going to voluntarily expend precious energy, make your muscles sore. What if a wild beast shows up? How will you escape? Too dangerous. Every single time you make up your mind, ready to go all out, your brain immediately sounds the alarm and uses excuses and procrastination to stop you. This isn't a battle of willpower at all, it's an unequal negotiation. Recognizing this is the first step to reclaiming control. What we need to do isn't to convince it, but to trick it, to bypass its defense mechanisms. And here, I want to share 2 deception strategies that I personally find most powerful, and they're so simple you can learn them in under a minute. You might have heard them countless times, but today we're approaching them from a neuroscience perspective. I hope this deepens your impression of them and encourages you to truly put them into practice. The first strategy, I call it the art of the micro start. Our brain, when faced with a grand goal, instinctively and vastly overestimates the energy it will require. For example, your goal is read for an hour a day. In your brain's assessment system, this isn't a single action. It's an extremely complex energy-guzzling chain of tasks. Getting up from the sofa consumes energy. Walking to the bookshelf consumes energy. Choosing one book from dozens, decision fatigue consumes cognitive resources. Finding a quiet place to sit, high environmental demand. Concentrating, tuning out distractions for 60 minutes, massive willpower drain. If any link in this chain goes wrong, the entire task gets flagged as high-risk, high-energy consumption. And your brain immediately tells you, too much trouble, let's just scroll through our phones. Sound familiar? Now let's trick it. We don't tell it, I'm going to read for an hour. No. We give it a command it can barely refuse, one with an activation energy close to 0. Pick up a book and read the first sentence. See how harmless this command is? It's simple, clear, and consumes almost no energy. The brain's alarm system doesn't even have time to react. Just one sentence? Okay, that's not dangerous. Then, when you pick up the book and read the first sentence, something magical happens. You've completed the hardest part, starting. Physically, you're already sitting down, book in hand. Mentally, you've entered that context. At this point, your brain discovers, this isn't so bad. Reading another paragraph wouldn't hurt, right? The brain has a natural desire to complete things it has started but not finished. You've tricked it into getting on the bus, it will want to keep driving it forward itself. Want to go to the gym? Don't tell yourself, I'm going to work out for an hour. Tell yourself, I just need to put on my sneakers and step outside. Want to write an article? Don't tell yourself, I need to write 2,000 words. Tell yourself, I just need to open the document and write the title. That's the art of the micro start. Using an action so small, it's impossible to refuse. To deceive that lazy, primitive brain and bypass its activation energy detector? This trick works like a charm every single time. The second strategy, we'll call it the instant dopamine reward scam. Our Stone Age brain has another fatal flaw. It's extremely short-sighted and only sees immediate rewards. Our brain is a reward-driven machine. It's obsessed with social media, short videos, and junk food because these things provide instant, high-frequency dopamine feedback. Dopamine, that beautiful neurotransmitter that drives our desires, making us pursue things that bring pleasure. When we complete an action that brings instant satisfaction, the brain releases dopamine. We feel happy, and thus we're more inclined to repeat that action. But many of our important goals, like learning, fitness, and work, have payback periods that are too long. You might work out for a month and see no change in your weight. You might finish a book, and your life might not change at all in the short term. To your primitive brain, this is simply a losing deal. You put in the effort but get no immediate reward, so it instantly loses motivation. So we need to design a scam ourselves to artificially implant instant rewards for these long-term behaviors. This reward doesn't need to be big. The key is immediacy. For example, you decide to focus on work for 25 minutes. After you're done, immediately stand up, stretch by the window, listen to your favorite song, or eat a small piece of dark chocolate. This small reward is telling your brain, hey, see? We completed this task and we got a benefit right away. This thing is sweet, not bitter. Every time you do this, you're strengthening a positive neural connection. Boring task. Instant reward. Pleasure. With enough repetition, your brain will be trained by you to start anticipating, even loving, the process. It will start associating focused work with the relaxation of listening to a song, and finishing a chapter with the deliciousness of chocolate. Gradually, you'll no longer need willpower to force yourself because your brain will have shifted from resistance to anticipation. You've successfully hacked into its most primitive reward system, making it willingly serve you. This is the highest form of self-discipline. It's not painful self-suppression, but a wise form of self-guidance based on deep self-understanding. So, my friend, next time you find yourself mired in self-doubt and struggle, please remember, you're not lazy, you just have a very ancient brain. Stop fighting it so brutally. Use a trivial action to trick it into starting. Use a small, instant reward to entice it forward. You'll discover that this seemingly stubborn brain is actually your most loyal and powerful ally.